Fundamentals of Chinese 1, Unit 7, Dates and Times. Taking someone out to eat on his or her birthday. Understand it. Okay, we have a lot of new content in this lesson, so make sure you have a pen and paper and that you have your book open on pages 66 and 67 so you can take notes. This conversation is between Gao Wenzhong and Bai Ying'ai. And it starts off with Gao Wenzhong asking Bai Ying'ai a question. And he says, Bai Ying'ai, 9月12号是星期几? So before we continue, this is an expression of time. It's a day and a month, and day of the week, and it's an expression of time. So in Chinese, you need to understand that time expressions proceed from the largest unit to the smallest unit. And you might want to pause and take a look at the note number 1 on page 66. But keep in mind that when Chinese talk about time, they start with the largest unit and proceed to the smallest. And we'll see that with this sentence here. So Gao Wenzhong first says 9月. So what is 9月? Well, 9, you should remember, is the number 9. And 月 means month. So you have 9月, 9 month, which in Chinese means September. So if you can count to 10 in Chinese, then you already know how to say January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, and October. You just put the number before the word 月 and you get that month. So 1月 is January and 2月 is February, and so on. You want to take a look at page 73, and it explains this in your book, and you can take notes there if you want to. 11 and 12 for November and December, you haven't learned how to count past 10 yet, but it's real simple. And we'll see that on the next slide. So, 拜应爱9月12号. So now we have this 12号. Hao is a character that's used to talk about a day of the month. So we have this 12, which means 12, and you put hao after it, and it means 12th. 12号, the 12th. So 9月12号 means the 12th of September. So let's take a quick moment to talk about numbers. Chinese numbers are simple. If you can count to 1 to 10, then you can count to 100. And the way that's done is to start with 11 and go to 19. All you do is take the number 10 and put one of the numbers 1 through 9 after the 10. So you can get 11, 12, 13, and so on. So you remember 1, 2 in san is 1, 2, and 3. So you just take the number 10 and put it before it, and you get 11, 12, and 13. 11, 12, 13. That's 11 to 19. Now, 20, 30, 40, and so on up to 90 is just as simple. It's just the opposite. You take a number from 1 to 9 and you put it before 10. So in this example, 20, 30, 40 is 20, 30, and 40 respectively. And just put a 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9 before it to get 50, 60, 70, 80, and 90. Now, if you want to do 21, 22, 23, 24, it's just like 11 through 19. You take the 20, like we have here, and put the 1 after it. 21二十二 is 21 and 22 respectively. So with this information, you now know how to count to 99 in Chinese. And take a look at page 70, and it will go over this in great detail for you. So we have 白银爱9月12号是. Now you know 是 means is. So the 12th of September is what? It's a question. So what is this 星期几? Well, 星期 is the word for week. In 几, you've seen before, 几 means how many, but it can also be used to ask certain kinds of what questions. In this case, 星期几 is how you ask what day of the week is it in Chinese. So, for example, at the time of this recording, it is Saturday. So if I were to ask you 星期几, meaning for today, the answer would be Saturday. What day of the week? So this word order is quite different than English, so try and untangle it into a coherent English sentence. What does this mean? 白银爱9月12号是星期几? Pause if you'd like to think about it. If you guessed 白银爱, what day of the week is September 12th? You were correct. Bai Ying'ai responds by saying 是星期四. So 是, you know, means is, and 星期 means week, and 四, you know, is the number 4. So what would week 4 mean? Pause if you want to think about it. If you came up with Thursday, you are correct. 星期四 means Thursday. So 是星期四 means it is Thursday. Like it says here, it is Thursday. So that brings us to the days of the week. Just like the months, January, February, March, etc., the days of the week are just as simple. 星期 is week, and all you do is put the number 1 through 6 after it, and you come up with Monday through Saturday. Sunday is the exception. You have this word 天 here to mean Sunday. So 星期一 is Monday, 星期二 is Tuesday, 星期三 is Wednesday, and so on. Take a look at page 72 in the textbook. Make a note of that right now. And it gives you some additional information on how Chinese refer to the days of the week. So now in our dialogue, Gao Wenzhong says, 那天是我的生日. So we know that 那 means that, and 天 here means day. That day. That day is 我的 my. That day is my. So now we have something here. 生日. What is that? 生日 is the word for birthday. 那天是我的生日. So 9月12号 is Gao Wenzhong's birthday. And here's our translation. 那天是我的生日. That day is my birthday. Bai Ying'ai comes back and says, 是吗? 你今年多大? So 是吗? You know, 是 means is, and ma is what you use to make a question. So I won't really go into this. I'll let you try and figure it out. But 今年 means this year. Now, 年 means year. 今, however, does not mean this. But when you put 今 before 年, the translation is this year. But don't try and take this 今 and use it in other places to mean this, because it doesn't mean this. There are a couple other uses where it means this, but in broader usage, it doesn't mean this. So, 是吗? 你今年多大? So we have another question here. Now, we know that Gao Wenzhong just told Bai Ying'ai that it's his birthday. So what kind of question do you think she'd be asking him if he just told her that it's his birthday? 是吗? 你今年多大? 多 is a word that means how much or how many. And when you put the word da after it, which means big, you come up with how big, or in this case, because we're talking with age, it's how old. So do you need to pause to come up with a good translation for this? Really? 是吗? Really? How old are you this year? Now you'll notice this is a very standard way to ask how old are you. 你今年多大? So you might be wondering, why did the Chinese go through the trouble of saying this year? Well, in the next unit, you'll read the culture section in the textbook, and part of that culture section will explain why they include this year in this phrase for asking when it's your birthday. There's also a note number 3 on page 67, and it talks about how to ask little kids how old they are and how to ask older people who are older than we are, how old they are, respectfully, how to ask them in a respectful manner. So that's covered on note number 3, page